October of 2005, I started with my hands not functioning properly. I mean, my thumbs would disconnect, felt like that they were going dislocating, and then my hands would feel like that they just didn't want to do what my brain told them to do. And then my shoulders started hurting, and I just kind of had an all-over fatigue. And being December, I was going to start my skiing again, and did the first time and made 2 runs and couldn't do it. The fatigue was incredible. So I kind of connected the shoulders, the thumbs, the fatigue, and went to the doctor. Given my age at the time, he said, oh, it's probably just some arthritis in the thumbs, but we'll run some blood work. And he called me and said, I'm really, really sorry to tell you, but you have a really high RA, rheumatoid arthritis count. And I'm just really sorry. It's really bad, and you need to get to a real doctor. I could relieve my symptoms by going every morning and working out, and then I'd feel better by noon. So in a workout place, one of my friends said, you know, you look like you hurt so bad when you come in the morning, what's the matter? And she said, well, I know some people in Pocatello come ride down with me. So that was March of '06, and I brought all my blood work and everything, and Henry sent me right down here at the West Clinic and went over my blood work, and that very day started me on IVs for chelation. He said, let's just get, you know, the bad stuff worked out and figure out what to do. So he kind of turned me over to Jason West, and he gave me what I call vitamin hope. He called it vitamin H, and said, well, there's a lot of things we can do for you. You're not, the doctors had told me, you'll be in a wheelchair in 2 years, but we can probably help with the pain. And that was the biggest hope they had given me. So at that point, I just turned it over to Dr. West and said, I don't care what you do, just get me better. Prior to the treatment, they had told me the diagnosis in December before I found the West Clinic in March, I had gotten to the point that my hands, we called them paddle hands, and it was because of the pain in the wrists, and the hands would just not. I couldn't write anymore legibly because I had to hold the pen so crazy. And one time I was actually locked in the bathroom because I didn't have my cell phone with me, went in there and I couldn't turn the doorknob. So I was there for quite some time before somebody missed me. And I felt like, you know, that was devastating to me, to think that I couldn't even be alone and take care of myself at that point. In the process of having IVs every week from March of '06, I did every week until it was at least 2008 when I kind of like was feeling so good that I was brave enough to, you know, not go for a couple of weeks and see how I felt. And during that course, I'd met a lot of people. I sat with a man that had RA really, really bad, and he was diagnosed just 6 months previous to me, and I'm sorry to say that 3 months ago he passed away. So, and in an awful lot of pain. And he had come and was getting help here, and then his doctor told him he was wasting his money, so he quit. You know, people want this to work right away, you know, because traditional medicine generally does. But I was patient. I've always kind of been the type that didn't want to take poison just because it'd make you feel better in a day. And so I never was too much with things that I get well quick fix. And so I kind of went into that with that idea. But I mean, within a month, I had the energy back, and that to me was quick. I don't think there's anything that I can't do today that prior to the RA diagnosis. I can't say that when I first was diagnosed. I really did have a lot of problems. But as far as today, I don't even really tell people I have it anymore. I just say I had a health issue. I entered a triathlon in Rexburg, Idaho, just the swim part, and I've done that for the last 4 years, swam a half a mile. So the swimming half a mile, the golfing where I couldn't do it at all with my wrists, and the skiing 30 times a year. I don't think that's somebody that's sick.
I agree.
Anyone that's been diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, please don't listen to what they say, and please don't read the books that they tell you of living with RA, because it's a whole different atmosphere and a whole different philosophy and a whole different testimonial from people that have that with different directions that they've gone. Give the West Clinic a chance and have a little patience, but to me it was a miracle that I could feel like I feel, and I have no side effects, and I was able to do the things I wanted to do. And I would just offer anyone that's diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis to not feel like there isn't hope, because there is hope to have a better life and to return to your normal life, you know. And that would be the one thing that I would tell anyone diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis is don't let it get you down, because it really can, but it shouldn't. And there are alternatives out there to try that work, as far as I'm concerned, and I feel like that I'm proof that they can.